Yeah, because why?
That's all I have.
Okay, well, that's good enough. Thanks very much. I was
Yep.
sort of mentally debating whether that's a collectible or not, and I just not so sure it is. So we'll leave it alone.
Yeah, we'd probably have to move the ship just a little bit because I'm
Okay, that would be fine. We got you got some great images there, Dan. So thanks
getting
very
my
much.
tail pulled on a little bit there. I'm just going to
I'm not sure they might. Are
come
you?
back around here, and then I'm going to hand it back to the A-team.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. That was fantastic. I
Yeah,
had fun.
thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Got some great shots there. Oh, sure. Yep.
Be good to have a biologist up here for this.
What? So, Steve, we have a question from the audience. Would this be a good moment?
Sure.
So, is there a parameter, a technical parameter to be to consider some area as a garden, like a coral garden, like we have the octopus garden?
There is actually a certain number of colonies per square meter that officially classifies a coral garden. There was a paper. It was a paper from a few years ago now, from the Gulf of Alaska, I think, is where the term coral garden was first established. It usually refers to soft corals. A coral reef might refer to a diversity of hard corals. I can get the exact number for you, actually.
Oh, great.
But typically, if we don't feel comfortable calling something a coral garden, we might call it a high density community,
Okay.
or a high diversity community.
You're not on it.
Hey, I'm on SPL. Hey, now I'm on SPL. Where are we going? That's a question for the back row.
Southwest.
Did you guys are you finished with this rock? That's the majority question.
Yes.
Question. Okay, so ready to keep going?
Rock finished.
Yep,
Roger.
move on.
All right. All right, here we go. Bridge nav, 30 meters, 200.
What kind of rocks are supporting this area, this high density coral area?
This is all basalt, out of pillow, sheet flows.
Thank you.
Ancient volcanoes.
You said 200 was our move?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we want to, I don't know, we could go a little more direct south, but the ridge does kind of still orient that way.
Did you have dinner?
I eat before I come up.
Okay.
Except for Sundays.
Yeah, of course, because
Of course, obviously.
there's no ice cream before. Watch.
So I think we're still, I think the 200 still makes sense with that overall picture.
Sounds good. Look at this little whoop. What happened there?
Oh,
Physics, I guess.
yeah, I guess, and the magic they were trying to do, get shots. I
But
don't
like,
know.
this one went straight. This one
Yeah.
curved.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Riddle me that.
Coral gardens are high-density coral areas of at least 3.85 colonies per square meter.
3.85.
Yep.
So about
I mean,
4
you did it yesterday,
And
didn't
not a
Oh.
tenth more.
square
Less.
meter.
Oh, yes, magic.
Per square meter, that's pretty dense.
It's pretty dense. So this,
Yeah.
I mean, technically, if you were to apply the word coral garden as it was defined back in 2006, 2006,
I'm trying.
this is not necessarily a coral garden,
What if you
but
explore
there
the
are some
tabs on the right?
instances where you could get high densities like that locally, you know, perhaps on a topographic high point or something.
So what was that? Most common one we've seen out here is this white branched.
Right. That's going to be Remulogorgia.
Bridge nav, another 30 meter move,
Remulogorgia is a
200.
chrysogorgid. So, but unfortunately, when this guide was created, it belonged in a different genus.
Oh, okay.
So you might see it in this OKNS Explorer guide as Pleurogorgia militaris. But just recently, this year, in fact, I think it was this year, it was changed to a
Okay.
different genus. And the genus Pleurogorgia was elevated to a family, the Pleurogorgiidae, which is different from where this particular species occupies now, which is in the Chrysogorgiidae. There it is.
Yeah.
Ah, that was like Chris's one wish and he's not here.
So Remulogorgia?
Yeah, Remulogorgia. Yeah.
Remula.
Look at that stem on that.
Yeah.
What is that?
Stalked crinoid with looks
So
like
fuzzy looking.
those might be hydroids
Mm.
on the stalk.
And what's down
What's
below
behind
it?
it?
Yeah, is that like a relicanthus or something? No, that's
Oh.
what's that down there?
Looks like an anemone of some type. I would say anemone. Relicanthus typically has much longer tentacles. Yeah. But yeah, this
That's cool.
nice stalked crinoid, also known as a sea lily.
He just said he wanted to see one. I don't know that it was a sample thing. Somebody just asked what he was hoping to see. Yeah, and help. call up if you want something.
That's all right. We can keep going. We got some good imagery of it. I'll take a look and see if it's part of the list of priority specimens. No, I think
Deep orange ones.
yeah, it's not the same as the one that Chris has in his list here. So we're good to go on.
Are they not the same because of the color, or there's just completely different species?
They could actually be different families of stalked crinoids. I'm not sure. This most recent one was, now I'm really going to get into trouble if I start guessing families, but it might have been a Benthic crinid. But there are several different families. And
That's what's supposed
There's
to happen.
something under that rock to the
It
left.
doesn't happen.
Oh, we just went
Oh,
over
yeah.
it. Don't know.
And
How am I gonna
in
sleep
some
tonight?
areas, like you know, when we were out in the equatorial Pacific in 2019, we saw some pretty phenomenal areas, some seamounts where crinoids, stalked crinoids outnumbered corals, not by a small margin. And they can be quite large too, sometimes up to a meter tall.
Yeah, I think it was, I don't know if it's Howland or Baker where, oh no, it was up by Johnston, I think, where Trevor was kind of under a cliff, under an overhang. It was covered with crinoids.
How do you get down there?
We were exploring columnar basalt. We went down to the base and then we lateraled over a little bit and then we were.
Yeah, we'll take a zoom in and get some captures of this nice Paragorgiid here, but yeah, we were debating whether this is definitely in the family Paragorgiidae, but there's a couple different genera that it could be. The first being Cibogorgia, which is typically characterized by white bubblegum coral-shaped colony.
You want more zoom?
The other being Paragorgia, which has color morphs from white all the way to pink or red. But yeah, it's not really easy to tell those two apart. In fact, I would say it's probably impossible to tell them apart at the species level between those two, between species in those two genera. But Chris told me, I think, that we did get some from either 2018 or recently during capstone, so yeah, it's known from this area.
So because I'm covering for Aphrodita so she can eat dinner, I don't know if she had already asked this question, but we do have a question from a viewer asking why are there no fish swimming around? Is this just because of the depth or?
Yeah, we didn't get that question yet. There are fish. We saw a couple of fish so far. There aren't as many fish as you would see shallower, and some of that is a function of just poor food supply at these depths to support the large biomass of fish that you might see in the shallower waters. So a little bit about how food works in the deep sea. A lot of the food that these animals are eating is coming from planktonic sources, so from the surface ocean above. It sinks down and accumulates into particles called marine snow. Those marine snow particles then are either consumed by other consumers like suspension feeders like corals and sponges, or it's consumed by plankton, zooplankton, which are maybe then eaten by fishes, or sometimes fish are feeding on detritus and dead material on the seafloor. But the reason why it's so food poor is that as particles sink down through the water column, they're continuously being consumed by bacteria. and bacteria respire. They take up organic carbon and they breathe out CO2 basically. And over time, and some of these particles could take years to decades to settle, depending on how large they are. That creates a very poor carbon food source.
Thank you.
Right. Seen anything interesting while I was down at lunch?
Dinner.
A lot of the same.
Dinner, right? Sorry, not lunch.
That's okay. If it didn't go outside, I wouldn't know it's daytime.
I know, yeah. I have no idea what day it is or what time it is.
The only way I know the day of the week is that on days like today, the emails stop coming. So,
True.
It's glorious.
I like that on the whiteboard, Emil wrote that it was Blur's Day. That was very funny.
Every day is Tuesday, except the day is affectionately known as no emails.
Well, I guess we'll keep moving.
I guess so. Ridge nav, another 30-meter step, 200.
I'm going to do a quick zigzag. I'm going to zag over to the right and see if there's anything action over there, and then zag over to the left.
I think that's a great idea.
See if we're off the place we should be.
The place we should be is a place with stuff. So
Place with stuff.
we're
Looking
not
for stuff.
there yet.
Doesn't look like stuff this way. It looks like flat.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
like this way.
Looks kind of challenging
Well, the
site
other
to
way.
attach to. I will definitely go the other way. Finish this one first and then. All right, well, hang a left. We're in sport mode.
That's
Handbrake
called a
turn.
hard drift.
Mm-hmm. Looks like just one giant sheet. Lava.
Yeah, so far today we've seen a lot of the biology associated with topographic high points, and when everything is kind of flat and the same level, you don't have these current-induced flows that you might have around Boulder, for example.
Right. Yeah, sounds like, or it looks like right is not the way to go.
There's something.
Oh, there's one of the sea cucumbers. Bye.
So as you're zigzagging around, Trevor, or Aaron, feel free to answer as well. If we have a 24-ish hour dive and you have where the bottom is and where the dive is supposed to end at the top of the seamount, how do you know how long like how fast to move and kind of how to take the pace of a 24 hours to get from the bottom back up to the top.
I don't know that we budget for that. I don't mean we don't. We just kind of let the back row drive it. If they're really determined to reach the top, or if they want to take their time, unless told otherwise. I don't know. What's your opinion, Trevor?
Sorry, I was concentrating on where I was. I started pulling Argus. And
Oh, sorry.
We're doing
yeah,
a little
we're
bit
all
of
twisted up to the left. Let's go more to the right. I can turn to the right, and then you can turn to the right.
the goal in dive planning has
To the
been
right?
largely
You can spin around to the right.
do a lot of freestyle and let our eyes follow our exploration down here. I often, you know,
Just
we all
flat this
love
whole way.
putting down waypoints on a
Yeah,
map,
you were
right?
kinda
To
going
feel
right
like we
along the
accomplished
contour there.
something. But
Yeah,
in
but we didn't
reality,
find
we
any
have no
ledge or
idea
nothing,
what's
so-
going to be on 5 meters or on either side of that track line in some cases, because the bathymetry is only what
Okay.
30 or 50
Try it
meter
out.
resolution.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, we're kind of fooling ourselves a little bit to think that, just because we put down a track line on the best spot, quote unquote, that we're going to find the best stuff. Generally, if we follow the bathymetry that we see on the seafloor, we can have just as effective of an exploration.
All right, I'm going to take a turnout, because why not? While we're already in sport mode, might as well just see it through.
But to enter the second half of that question, we have budgeted about 100 meters per hour of bottom time to accomplish our dive. So that means, as 1 hour passes, we should cover about 100 meters. And we've planned our dives to go for such an amount of time. And so that means if we go this distance, we've effectively accomplished. Oh,
Did you see that fish,
Yeah,
that
there's a
big
big
fish
fish.
that went by? That was
Oh, I
quick.
missed it.
They're behind the vehicle now. Maybe we can reacquire it when
It
they take
was-
out the wrap.
It was really cool.
But, it's also important to have contingency time. And, if we move faster than usual, then we can keep going and follow the seafloor.
All right, there was a fish you wanted to look at. I didn't see it originally.
It was quite long and skinny.
Off
And
to your right.
swam by.
Yeah,
To
or
my right.
kind of
Let's have a gander.
keep turning, and I'll tell you when to go straight. All right, go straight.
Going straight.
That's impressive you remembered.
See if it's still there.
I was going to say, it was on the move, though, so we might not.
But speaking of dive planning, Steve, we are making pretty quick progress on this one. Just
Yep.
to give you an overview. So start, cursor is not quite halfway, but making pretty quick progress.
Can you turn 90 degrees to starboard?
90 degrees to starboard.
Take a peek down slope and see if we can see it. If it's not there, then we'll move on.
I don't see it.
No, yeah, I think it might have gone.
Fishy, fishy.
It was definitely like on the move, so.
Yeah, it was a long, kind of fusiform shape, dark, so it would have been hard to see against the backdrop of the distance.
Stealth mode. Okay.
Ridge nav, another 30 meters, 200.
Hopefully it shows its face later on.
Still pretty steep ridge, huh?
So, we didn't really learn anything from that zigzag. It seemed like pretty flat, flowy everywhere.
I think you just wanted to drive fast for a little while.
I don't enjoy driving fast as much as I enjoy driving slow, actually. Slow is where you get the good imagery. So we could just keep going up this flow, or we could kind of slide left or right. What do you think, Science, back row?
I like going up kind of at this angle, on with the steeps on one side. Maybe
We're not
if we
really
turn,
with the steep on one side, though. That's kind of the...
Yeah, I feel like we moved off the steep a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we'd have to get, if you're looking at high pack, like maybe down in here.
I'm
What's
gonna
that little
I'm gonna
pink
let Chris
thing
make
in the
that call
bottom
since
right?
I think he's coming back in. I don't want to hijack
Is that
his
another sea
watch
cucumber?
here.
You're like, I am not making this decision.
I'm in
Is that what you're
control
saying?
now.
I'm gonna delay.
So
right,
how about one more fast turn?
How about we zoom in on this squishy?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a squishy.
there we go.
Go ahead,
Well
Aaron.
spotted.
Oh, that's the one I got yesterday, or 2 days ago. Whatever, not now. Right? I think it's the same thing, right?
Can you push in a little tighter?
It's a sea
Actually, come
cucumber.
out a little bit. I'm gonna land
Yeah, I don't know what that is actually.
just under the rock. It's hard to get light on it. Yeah. Okay, zoom in there, please.
Yep.
Right.
I think it's just a sea cucumber that's like looking towards us.
Come on back. Could be. Okay, come wide, please.
Okay.
Yeah, it's upside down. And
Let's just make a decision. Why don't we go like, let's go due south or something, even 170. Oh,
Oh, getting crazy over there.
165. All right, I fell way behind. I gotta go. Too busy looking at sea cucumbers and not keeping pace. Even though I'm way down here, like we're still not seeing much. You know what I mean? Like we'll bring Argus over, but then that'll just be where I'm at. Yeah. Oh. I don't know anything. Yeah, totally. Little rock. Hello, rock. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is where the magic happens. Magic happening.
All right, we refueled. Now we're ready to go
Is
again.
it position hold worthy?
Oh, we got another rock here with some stuff on it.
Is it position hold worthy?
Can you slide a little bit around the side here and we'll...
Absolutely.
Chris, did you see the crinoid while you were at dinner?
I did not.
Oh,
Oh no, we framed it up just for you.
Oh man, was it a stocked one or was it a
stocked? Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned it.
You shouldn't have mentioned it. I'm heartbroken.
Just check the replay.
Yeah, I'll have to. This looks like the same
thing, you know?
characters here, so maybe we can keep going since we got some good images of these guys on that other rock.
Sounds good. Maybe it's the
sea
same rock.
star in there.
Going in circles.
What was that? Excuse me.
I was just saying there was a good chunky looking sea star.
Oh, okay. Where was that? I didn't see. Oh, there is something, but you're going by it, so.
Can we ungo by it? I can ungo by it.
To the left. We've got a different type of black coral here. I think it's something called a chrysopathes. You see, I'm going to circle. Where's my toy?
Where's my toy?
There we are. That guy right there. We try it again. That guy.
Yep. I'll line up a shot.
There's my chunky sea star.
Look at that thing. There's meat on that sea star, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a guess at this distance, but it's definitely a black coral. It's definitely something that at least I haven't seen so far on this cruise.
Okay, push in there, please.
Yep.
You can really see the black skeleton on that.
Yeah, because a little more transparent, isn't it?
Yeah. Oop, that's down. I don't want to go down.
Okay, I'm cheating right now. I'm trying to look at the guide.
That's not cheating.
You don't have
Just
to admit it either.
a little bit cheating.
It's using your resources
Thank you, using the, I like that.
that you probably created anyways.
Yeah, I started it, I think, and then other people have taken. So I think this is something called trissopathies, but I don't know if we've got some other opinions by anyone who's in the log here.
It's like schizopathidae, this one.
Yeah, it's in the, well, it's in a cladopathidae, but it's, holy cow, there's a lot of tabs that Steve had open here. My God, sailing, corals, ecological effects.
This one was.
Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Just gonna let this.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Settle us out.
Thank you very much.
Come wide, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're going to go with trissopathies question mark.
At this Lillipathes.
I think it's this guy, something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that looks even better than this one.
Carry on.
Sure. What the hey?
Bridge nav, another 30 meter step 170.
There's another stalked sponge.
Yeah, a little suck, probably a little bolosoma it looks like from here.
Yeah, I think we should do a more zippity doop.
This way?
Yeah. 135 or something, just to get Argus over.
So what did you guys see while I was gone?
It was pretty bare. Went over another one of those spots with the singular kind of sheet flow, and there wasn't much attached to it.
Yeah, whatever the next one is, or right now, whatever you want. Nice looking rock coming up too.
Oh yeah, see it in the Argus view.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's the spoiler cam.
It is. Wow, it's very steep.
Yeah, what is that? That's quite a rock, isn't it?
Are you happy for me to zoom, Trevor, on Argus?
It's an expired black smoker.
I'm good, yeah.
Just kidding.
With an Argus zoom,
happy?
sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lovely.
Look at this.
That's got to be Paragorgia, right?
No.
Come on, Chris, give me one. No.
No. Absolutement no.
Huh.
Maybe we could take a look at one of these biggie, the leggy split colony in the middle. That looks like a shark went through it. Or
Shark.
Hold position worthy?
Possibly, yeah.
Bridge nav, hold position.
Okay, center screen, top, what you're looking at?
Yeah, it's this. Let's take a look at
there,
this one to
please.
start off.
Oh, that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll look at a couple of these.
Yeah, zoom in, please.
Please be right. Please not have Trevor right.
No, that's not Paragorgia. Absolutely not. Who would even suggest such a thing? What kind of idiot?
We got some anemones. These are, I've forgotten the name of the anemone. So I think this is the same kind of coralliid. I think it's something that's called hemicorallium and possibly even Ducalia is the species. Okay, that's good. Maybe we can look at another one and see if they're all the same.
Oh, another, this pink one? Okay, come
yeah,
up,
another one, pink one, just to see if...
there you can really see the nodal structure of the
yeah,
bamboo.
they made that big fan right over there with the
with
basket stars on it.
Or basket stars, yeah.
What's the yellow? Is that
Zoom Argus. Which back in there?
Which yellow one are you talking about
like
on the
under
bottom?
the overhang? Yeah.
Yeah, we could take a look at it. I think it
Okay,
could be a
zoom
black
in again
coral.
on her, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Good there?
Yeah, that's a Staropathes, that yellow
Okay.
one down there. And that's a black coral.
Okay, now let's go over check out the other pink one. You can stay zoomed in.
Cool. There's a crab.
And that's a bamboo, the thing that's sticking out from the wall a little bit further toward us right in the right corner.
Is there a crab in that lower coral? Is that what that is?
We're seeing some, what they call basket stars, all those arms, those red arms.
On the lower one?
On the lower, oh, I don't
Lower
know
run,
what
yeah.
that is.
There's like a...
Yeah, they could be. I think you're right. That's a Chrysogorgid in there. Some more of those. Oh boy, Heteropolypus.
Heterolypus,
yeah, that
soft
new,
corals.
Yeah, the new name. God, Anthemessus was so easy to remember, and they messed with it.
This one's a different one up here.
Yeah, let's
that's
take.
A black
that's a bamboo up
bamboo,
on top.
right.
Yeah.
And we got the, oh,
Oh, and Iridogorgia.
Iridogorgia, yeah, that's what it is.
Beautiful Iridogorgias.
I want to image that one a little better.
Okay.
It's a cool shape of that rock. It's a big fin.
It's a really cool looking rock, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet I can line up to actually see down the center of this.
Okay.
And it shows you the helical aspect. Oh, maybe not. End of my leash. Come down on delta, please.
Roger.
So Steve had pointed out earlier on that this has got a pretty tight spiral, and so he was guessing Iridogorgia bella, that's one of the characteristics of that particular species. They tend to have a little plume right on the top of their stalk, and instead of all these branches going all the way down the main stem, and we can't see that from here, but it definitely has a tight spiral, so
Yeah.
I would agree.
Now or never.
All right.
No, I can't get there from here. Rats. Okay, come wide, please.
Mhm.
There's
There's
one.
another one.
Oh.
There's two of them. Look at that.
Yeah. All right, we're at the end of the leash here.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you. That was a
Argus is
beautiful
like 5 meters off the deck. It's perfect.
where
Alright.
are
Wanna
the
go wide
Loving
on
this
Argus?
new way of doing things. It's freaking me out a lot. But
Argus is back to full wide.
There you go.
Thanks.
few
It looks
sponges,
cool.
but
You
what's
You can make
wrong
this
with
down
the
to
sponge?
30.
I
Actually,
don't
that might be
know.
more,
Oh,
more
yeah.
useful.
It was,
Good idea.
it was right after we named our team. Maybe we jinxed ourselves.
All right, I gotta move. Look at that
this
light
is
from
a
Argus there.
Coral dominated area.
Badass.
Far.
you want me to wait till you're out underneath?
Trying to see Argus with Herc. I don't think I can
That's
see it.
a wild view in the Argus where you're looking at
It's really wild.
the face of the ROV. We're looking right into the lights. That's definitely a different view than we normally see.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, wow.
It's great when we line up like this for sampling. It's really something else.
Can you do it like in reverse like that?
Sure. I definitely put stuff in
that'd
the.
be counterintuitive for me.
I put stuff in the starboard box using Argus view before.
Really? Wow.
Another big stock we're coming up to.
It's dead. Is it another one of these
Yeah.
sponges or one of
Yeah.
those really tall
It's incredible.
unbranched? No, it's a
See
it's
the-
a sponge.
See the head on
Another
this one.
sponge base probably.
The base is right there, but what's at the other end?
All right, come up a little bit.
Yeah.
It is really fascinating that all
Making me
these,
nervous.
Or is that the
let's
base?
let's take a look at the other end of this thing.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was.
What is it? That looks like a base too. So will the real base please stand up? I mean, what's the,
I can
You're
look
on
at the bottom
fire
of
with
this.
jokes tonight.
it can't have bases at both ends. I'm sorry, but that's just not reasonable.
No.
And would we want to take a sample of this?
No, it's dead, and dead sponges. Just you can do nothing with them.
Zoom in, please.
I suspect that's where the ball. No, that looks like where it was attached to the substrate.
That's definitely where it was attached.
Okay, come wide. We'll go back to the other end, or do you want
Well, let's take a peek, I
to?
guess.
Sure.
Look at the diameter of that base is probably
That's
20
huge.
20 centimeters. across.
Easily, yeah.
Oh, we got to see one of these live. I want to
I
see what this thing
know.
looks like when it's. Come on, one of you guys have had to have made it, and it can't be that old. It's not manganese crusted or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not interested in dead organisms on the deep sea?
Not sponges, because the problem is they lose some of the smallest spicules that are in the tissue, and that's
Okay,
very
zoom in,
important for
please.
their diagnosis.
But corals would be different, or?
Maybe for dating they would collect dead corals, but it's also hard. Yeah, that's where the ball of the head of the sponge was located on this
So
end.
where is the head of the sponge now?
I think it wound up being sort of a rolling
Okay, come wide.
volleyball going down slope or something.
Wow, I'm surprised we haven't seen any of them caught up anywhere.
Yeah.
Something down here eating the heads
Well,
of these
well,
sponges.
it's probably going to decompose a lot faster than the stalk.
Oh, would it?
So
Okay.
it may be gone already.
Okay, I should probably, actually get in front of Argus. Okay, you're seeing coral with Argus. That's pretty neat. Bit of a
Have you
cliff
ever
wall
seen
there.
a living sponge with the stalk that high?
No,
Yeah.
and I want to.
I do too.
We're into the cliffy action now, though, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that in Argus. That's, wow.
Well, that's
You can see it in the sonar.
interesting.
Real
There,
cozy.
though.
Oh, yeah.
It's different than anticipated.
Yeah. What is happening?
So we.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, look at that. Oh, the structure on that rock. That's
Well,
interesting.
yeah, I mean, look at the cliff in Argus. It's a hard wall 20 meters away.
You look at the surface of the rock, it looks textured. This is what we call batrioidal, because
Aaron,
the
what's
manganese
going on with
crust is
Argus's
actually
sonar
thick
with
enough
the-
to form these bubbly
The Christmas
wow.
lights?
deposits.
That's
Yeah.
interference from another sonar.
Gotcha.
Look at that rock. It's hollow.
Yeah.
Tube in it.
Guess so. Here we go.
This eruption looks like it was chaos when it
Oh,
happened,
yes.
you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But can't really
This is what I'm
clearly
talking
see how the lava was coming out.
No, it's just spraying all over. Are we doing on viewer questions? We got any other
Yeah.
questions?
Got any more?
Oh, we got
Can fishing nets get down to this depth? Yeah, they can sink down to this depth and become ghost nets and
Something's going on with
be
the
a
monitor.
real problem for some animals.
You see the monitor, how it looks all wavy?
good
Not on
thing
that
we
one.
haven't seen any
Yeah.
of this
What
time.
causes such a tall thing to die? That question, and it, currents probably, where it just becomes
happening?
unstable.
Hey, Aaron.
It's so heavy and high
Yeah.
that one of these internal waves or something, a big pulse of water can just blow the thing over, I would guess. Let's see, what else we got?
That's it.
Well, that was a comment.
They were asking about if we have seen an oarfish, a feather star.
Well, we haven't
That was-
seen an oarfish, and we did see a feather star a bit earlier, very briefly. I don't think we zoomed on it. I saw it in the background and whenever.
Yeah, that's what the viewer noticed.
Yeah. He's got sharp eyes, that viewer.
Yeah. And this question keeps recurring. Why is it that we don't see fish swimming around at this depth?
Yeah, so these deep water fish, a lot of them prefer sediment substrates and flats because a lot of this group that are called rat tails, they've got sort of a shovel-shaped nose, and they can actually get down in the sediment and find crustaceans and things living in the sediment. And they find more food there than they do on these rocks. As you can see, there's not, unless they eat corals or something, they don't have a whole lot to eat here. And so they tend to hang out more in sediment areas, and we specifically dive on rocky areas because we need the rocks to date the seamounts. Plus we're very interested in the corals and sponges. But there are some fish that will hang out in these rocky substrates. And it is a good question. They have these cutthroat eels, and I'm surprised we haven't seen one so far. And it's a little sparse on the fish. Can we look? Let's look at this coralliid if we can.
That's the top middle?
Yeah, because I think this is actually a different species from the ones that we were just looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the structure looks different.
Give me a sec here. What are we at here? Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm centered up. Let me come at it here.
It's plenty of brittle stars hanging
Okay, zoom
out
in, please.
Getting up in the water column.
And, well, the polyps are closed up.
A lot of basket
if we
stars.
can get even a little bit closer toward the tips of the branches is
Yeah,
what I'm
work
kind
my
of
way up
looking
there.
for.
Look at all the bubble gum all over that.
That's my full zoom.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether this, wow. Ah.
It's got you stumped.
Trevor, this is a problem case here.
The problem child.
This could be one of your paragorgids, bubblegum
Yeah.
corals. But this is pretty deep for a red variety like this. I am thinking the big C here, that
Big
it could
C.
be a collectible, the big C.
Oh, as in sample.
And sample. This is, I think, pretty unusual. If this is a bubblegum coral, it's quite a large one,
Okay.
and it's quite deep for these things.
Oh, this. What about this?
Well,
This
you
one
don't have
looks
to ask me
similar.
twice.
Let's do it. This is unusual enough, I think.
Maybe an
This one.
interesting landing zone. Can you come full super extra bonus wide, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got something that looks like that we've identified as Paragorgia spa. We don't know what it is.
Not really a great landing spot, so we'll see how this goes. What could go wrong?
So we just need a small part of the branch of this thing, and the coral will recover for sure, and it'll continue growing, and animal will survive. So
We have a question from the audience about this coral.
uh-huh.
Do the basking stars on the corals harm the coral at all, or is it a relationship of some sort?
Your viewers are asking some pretty darn good questions here. I don't know. I think I lean more toward them helping the coral and protecting it from things that might want to eat it. I don't think they harm it, because you see this relationship very often in the deep sea, and I think if they were killing or harming a lot of the corals, then you'd see more dead ones or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, and they're getting something from the coral too,
yeah,
right?
I think
So
the
it's,
coral's getting something out of it, and I think they're getting something out of it. So I would say it's more of a mutualistic.
mutualistic relationship.
Yeah, it's a very good question.
I mean, what the basket stars are getting out of it is height, getting up into the water column and having greater access to food that's floating by.
So the thing about water, you know, I'm a biologist, so I know lots about water, right? Not really. But anyway, there's something that's called sort of a benthic boundary layer. And as water is moving sideways across a hard surface like the substrate, there's friction, and the water tends to slow down, so the flow rate is lower right by the substrate. And it's only about half a meter to a meter before it actually gets the full speed of the water that's generally moving.
So Chris, where do you want me to grab? You want me to telestrate where you want me to snip?
Yes, I would love to. Opportunity to. Let's see, what would be the least destructive? I mean, can you reach that one over to the left, maybe?
I'd prefer the right. What
okay, on the right, let's see.
You see that?
Yeah, I did. Did you hit
How about
any
this
salvos
guy?
or anything?
How about that guy right there? Will that work?
Oh, that's a telestrator thing, Aaron. Show me again there, Chris.
Okay. I'm
Sorry,
trying to. How about this right there?
Yeah, that's not showing telestrator.
Oh.
All right, we'll do it the old-fashioned way, Chris. How about I poke it? I point at things with the manip, and you tell me if you like it or not.
Okay.
How about right here, the top little pointer jaw there?
Go for that. That's good. That was the one. That was
both
one.
of these branches, or like right
no, just
there?
the one I think would be adequate. I'm not sure we need the basket star, so maybe the one without the basket star.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, because I think we got a fair number of those somewhere in the museum.
I don't think it's all good. The telestrator does not. Chris, do a telestrator again on there, please?
Sure.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not showing.
Aaron, did you copy that? Telestrator is not showing.
Yep, copy that.
Okay, Roger.
Can I still play with it, though?
You can, but it might be a lonely...
They do have this option as well.
Only person. There we go. Yes. Normal stick.
You can't see that, those who are watching, but there's a big long stick that...
I thought you said you had a hockey stick for that.
Oh.
Pokey stick.
Yeah, poke the screen. Yeah, they love that.
So here's another question. Are corals this deep also experiencing bleaching, or is that only happening in shallower waters?
Yeah, it's only happening in shallower waters, and one of the reasons for that, number one, is the water is still quite cold, even though the water in toward the surface can get quite warm, which is the usual cause of bleaching. But also bleaching is an event where the actual coral tissue in the shallow corals loses their commensal algae, the
I'm going to take
zooxanthellae.
that one, I guess.
I think
has
you
a
got
basket
that
star.
one.
All right, let's get that one.
Guess we're
It's
getting
all
that.
right with the basket star.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know that was not the intended result, but here we are. Waste not, want not.
Yeah, so the shallow corals, when they get
Come
too
wide,
hot,
please.
the algae, the symbiotic algae, zooxanthellae, will exit the actual coral, and it turns them sort of white because a lot of the coral color is coming from those algae cells, and so they call it bleaching.
Okay, can you set up my cameras, please?
And down here, that's not the case. They don't have any of those that symbiotic algae because there's no sunlight down here.
I see. Okay.
Get rid of the Niskin view. And then also bubble on the... Actually, why don't you do bubble out of this camera?
So there is a guy down in Colombia who works on this family, Paragorgidae. His name is Dr. Santiago Herrera.
Hey, back row, where am I putting this? Which box?
What boxes are open?
We got B, C, D, or E.
Okay, thank you.
Only thing is the sponge in box A is kind of floaty, so just have to be careful. And they noted to turn the thrusters off because it might slip away. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let's try without first. So open the box halfway, please, and I might tell you to close it really quick. Okay, stop there. Looks good. So we're going to go with that. So you can keep opening it. Confirming Bravo is open?
Yes, Bravo is B is open.
Okay, open it, please. This is not the right sample salvo. Something silly. I'll make it work. Can you close the starboard bile box, please?
Yep.
I have to go over here. I'm going to try this again. Try the sample salvo one more time. Nope. Aaron, you catching that?
Yep. Oh, there we go. It's back.
Telestrator's back. Sample salvo is...
So sample salvo showing which salvo?
It just did a couple different things every time I pushed it.
Okay. But telestrator is back.
Telestrator's back.
The telestrator is back.
Much to Chris's excitement.
Yeah.
It is.
It's power. It's great power comes with that device.
Okay, let's try it. Okay, you can open the box again.
Okay.
Just kind of wondered how they did it in football games.
Mm-hmm.
Good there.
Right, gonna see.
Come on, get off. Okay,
perfect.
Box, perfect.
Great job. Thank you,
Bravo.
Nice. And that will be sample 032.
032?
Yes.
Great, thanks.
Bubble on the arm, please. Can you tilt up on bubble?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah, that's perfect right there. Okay, we got there.
Back in dive mode?
Let's see, does it work? It even works for my key panel. Nice.
Can I just try something real quick with the sample
Yeah, go ahead.
salvo? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, so
I
it's
don't know what's supposed to go up there. That
okay,
might be correct.
but this is correct for your sample salvo, so I can trigger your sample salvo.
Oh, they could see the telestrator.
Oh.
Yes.
This is the proper one, so I can trigger it for you.
I think so. I don't know what those two little widgets are showing the back deck. I don't know why those are part of it, but they're there, so that's neat.
Okay, so back to dive.
Yes, please.
But when I hit it, does it do that right now?
No, I understand that.
That is not dive. That is dive.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Onward and upward. Or Superman. Up
yes.
and away.
Up and away. Okay.
Good. Maybe we
can
figure out what this paragorgid is. We've got it listed only as SPA, which is when we have no idea what the species is. So,
Trevor, is that wavy movement still showing in your screen?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. No, I don't think that one is. I just wanted to see if once you've changed it back, if it still shows. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right, so our last good view is when you were kind of 2-on-2 on that rock, and it looked like there was more. So we still think that's the...
Another Iridogorgia. A little bit bigger, but they're kind of small here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any really big ones.
Oh, this get quite long, like a few meters.
So, Andy.
Yes.
Why would it be good to have a shape and the flexibility of an Iridogorgia? Why do you think that would be an optimal design in nature?
Yeah, sure.
My first guess would be that spiral shape allows it to kind of maximize each individual polyp's exposure, yeah, because if in a spiral and they don't conflict with each other, or is like if they're lined up in a parallel, then the one in the front of the current's going to get more food than the other one. It's a very socialistic approach to filter feeding with the spiral arrangement.
Okay, so why would it be flexible?
Why would it be flexible? Well, I think it'd be flexible to be able to not break in the currents. I mean, I think flexibility is probably a pretty good adaptation down here, given the currents getting stronger and getting weaker, you know.
Can you think of any other reason?
Testing me.
Okay, I'll quit torturing you here. This is just a theory. I think I've seen this before as well. But so what happens when the coral changes direction for a very stiff planar type of a coral? Let's say suddenly the current changes and now it's gone right alongside the plane of the coral.
Yeah.
It's not going to filter so well, right?
Right.
These guys, they just swing right around.
Oh, okay.
Right? So no matter what direction the coral's coming from, the current is coming from, they can adjust.
That makes sense.
Right. I think it's a really clever design.
It is.
They don't care. As long as there's enough current bringing food, it doesn't matter what direction.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. I mean, it's definitely a evolved structure of the coral, right? It's obviously has some adaptive benefit, or else it wouldn't still be around and still be so quite common in a number of these Chrysogorgiidae.
Excuse me, Trevor. Any chance we could swing right just a hair?
Yeah, you bet. I was just coming to the left to see all this fun stuff.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff on the right too.
Okay.
It's called a sponge right down there. That's
okay, yeah, you're
right there.
This is why you're running this
dive.
Oh,
wow.
See stuff like that.
I didn't even see it.
There's so few of these guys.
Blending pretty well in the rocks there.
Camouflage.
Is this going to be a quick look, or should we hold position?
I need to get a little closer look at it first.
Okay, zoom in, please.
Looks like there's
No, this is the one that we sampled. Okay, that helps a lot. So